It's the Employment Minister, Alison McGovern. This is probably about as low as you could get, but maybe Labour could set the bar lower.
It's never acceptable to steal from the social security system, ever. But at this moment in time, we need that money for our health service and to support people who really need it. So we want to be able to do new checks with banks to say if somebody is receiving universal credit or other relevant benefits, do banks have any information that they're outside the eligibility criteria? You know, you can't have more than £16,000 in the bank. So we will ask banks to help us with that information. We will then use that data for human beings to investigate those cases, to find those people where we've got fraud. Then we want to have new powers so that we can do search operations ourselves rather than relying on the police. And then the final bit is the backstop. Because at the moment, we can get money back through the benefits system if people are claiming universal credit or other things. We can get money back through PAYE, through HMRC. But for some people, if they're really determined not to give that money back and they're not on benefits or on PAYE, then we need the ability to take that money from bank accounts. And finally, if they really still are so determined that they won't give the money back, we will apply to the courts to disqualify them from driving. That's a power that already exists in the Child Maintenance Service, so that we know it works. And that's what we want to do, make sure that we've got the right powers to take this on. Okay. It's not acceptable and we need the money back.
Jesus Christ, you know, how did it come to this? That vermin like her can actually say, what she's saying is if they think somebody as inadvertently, and we all know that benefit fraud is minuscule compared to tax dodging, she's saying that they're gonna raid people's houses and search, and if necessary, take people's ability to move around by taking away the driving license. Now, if that's not the definition of a police state, I don't know what is. And she says, oh, and then she laments, we need this money for the NHS, etc., etc. We could be using the money they're giving to the fascists in Ukraine to give to the NHS. We could be using money that's wasted on weapons of mass destruction to give to the NHS. But instead, we talk about attacking the most vulnerable and the poor in society, declaring war on them instead of declaring war on the super rich who are actually at war with us. These people have refused to implement a wealth tax. They've taken off my fuel allowance to give it to Ukraine, and it's now an attack upon a further attack amongst many other attacks upon the most vulnerable. If we don't start fighting back soon, then everything we believe in, everything we've fought for will be gone.